Hello everyone, I am Lokesh and welcome back to the channel. So friends, this video is related to NVTQ Database Management System course part 1 video. This is the fifth video that is related to NVTQ 2023 batch preparation. As we all know about that, only 20 days are left in the NVTQ 2023 examination. Okay, so you have to prepare very well for examination. Okay, so this video is the complete video of database management system. This is the part 1 video. In the upcoming days I will upload more videos on our channel. As you can see on my screen that in the NVTQ 2023 batch playlist I already uploaded the 4 video. This is our fifth video. Okay, so as we all know about that, only 20 days are left, so we will continue our preparation series from today onwards to 5 February 2022, because the examination on 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, NVTQ complete preparation. Okay, free notes, free preparation materials we will be upload soon with all of you. Okay, and handwritten note, PDF notes are available. As you can see on my screen that if you are preparing for NVTQ, okay, so you can share our videos to your friend, as well as you can refer our videos. Okay, for NVTQ and Hack with Infi 2023 batch updates, join our Telegram group. Okay, this is the link. And for all updates on YouTube, check channel link. Okay, this is the our first video topic, introduction to DBMS, ER diagram, DBMS basic, normalization, key, SQL basics, DDL, DML, clauses, join. Okay, clauses. Okay, so as you can see on my screen that this is my handwritten notes. Okay, I made an handwritten notes for all of you that are very helpful in your preparation. Okay, so this is easily available on my blog. Okay, I am just attaching link in the description. Okay, so you can just check the link. Okay, and all notes are also available on the Java T Point website, because Java T Point website have a very good material. Okay, so as you can see on my screen that. Okay, so and on the NVTQ website you can just go to that and complete the assignment. Okay, because most probably the pattern of question is the same, means the pattern of question is same in the NVTQ examination as that they are given in the assignment. Okay, so you have to just click on the all the assignment in here. Okay, so this is the NVTQ 2022 batch preparation. Okay, I upload the 76 video in the playlist. So from today onwards we will start the video. Let's start the video. Okay, I am just explaining the concept. Okay, for notes you can refer the my handwritten notes as well as the Java T Point website. Okay, so let's start the video. I am just clicking on my pen here. Okay, so what our first concept. Okay, and today we will be learn about the DBMS. Okay, so before going into this term, let I just explain the first two term that is very important. Okay, the first is data. Okay, so what do you mean by data? Okay, so the data are the fact or details from which information is derived. Okay, so this is the definition of data, like facts or details from which information is derived. Okay, so what do you mean by data? Like this is the facts and pieces of information with no context, meaning like if I just return the 50. Okay, so this is also a data. Okay, but there is a no context here. Okay, what do you mean by the context? Okay, so one important point that you have that I have to mention that. Okay, so you would not learn anything from this data. As you can see, like this is a only number, as we know that this is a number 50, but it is a data, but there is a no context, like 50 is used in which. Okay, so this is a data. Okay, so means the data are the raw facts and pieces of information with no context, meaning. Okay, like 50 you would not learn anything from this. Okay, but if I just talk about the second term, that is information. Okay, so the information, so when data is processed, organized, structured or presented in a given context, so as to make it useful, it's called the information. Okay, so one important point, like if I just take about the example, 50 students 50 students are registered for Python class. Okay, so this is data with context. Okay, so this is just related to information, like 50 students are registered for Python classes. This is the data. Okay, this is the data and this is the context. Students are registered for Python classes, so this is called the information. Data. Okay, when data is processed, organized, structured or presented in a given context so as to make it useful information, it is called an information. Okay, so make it useful, it's called an information. Like 50 students are registered for Python classes. Okay, this is the data with context. Okay, so one important point that I have to mention, that data may be, okay, data may be number, images. Okay, data may be number, images, video, text, okay, etc. This is the data. Third term that I have to mention, that what do you mean by database? As we understand about the data and information, but what do you mean by the database? Okay, so database contain two following parts. First part is data and second part is meaningful method for accessing and manipulating data. Okay, meaningful method for manipulating and accessing data. Okay, which methods are used for access data and manipulate the data? Okay, the database consists of two parts. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, that a database is a collection of related data from which users can effectively retrieve the desired information. Okay, what do you mean by the database? A database is a collection of related data. It is a collection of related data from which user can effectively retrieve the desired information. Okay, if I just talk about your mobile phone, okay, if I just talk about your mobile phone, so you just feed your one friend number, okay, and second friend number. Okay, so this is just like a database, and this is a collection of related data from which user can effectively retrieve the desired information or retrieve. Okay, retrieve the desired information. You can just take your first friend mobile number from that. Okay, so this is just a type of a database. Okay, if I just take an example, okay, if I just take an example of that, wait, if I just take an example of that, so it is very easily understandable. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so if I just talk about the database, okay, so if I just take example of database, so you know heard about the dictionary. Okay, you know about the dictionary, data structures in the Python. Okay, and dictionary and the method. Okay, so the dictionary contain the key value pair. Okay, means like there is a key, so there is a value. Okay, this type of like that. And okay, so what do you mean by the method? Okay, if you want to access the key, okay, if you want to access the data, okay, not the key, okay, if you want to access the data, so you have to use this key. Okay, like the home. Okay, when you just go to your home, okay, and there is a key. Okay, so you have to just open your home, okay, or open the door from your key. Similarly, like that, if you want to access the data, okay, so you want key. Okay, key is used to access your data. This is just like a method. Okay, this is a technical example. Okay, so if I just talk about the database, okay, so what do you mean, what is the example of database? Okay, I just explained the database. A database is a collection of related data from which user can effectively retrieve the desired information. I just say that collection of information. Okay, collection of related data. Okay, so just like that, collection of images. Okay, collection of videos, collection of name, roll number, okay, etc. This is just type of a, and this is relatable to database. Okay, so this is just related to the database. Okay, so the database also consists of a two part. Okay, like a computerized database. Okay, computerized database and non-computerized database. What do you mean by computerized? Means like recipe book, okay, TV guide, okay, mobile phone guide, this type of a computerized database, like in which information or data is fed. And non-computerized like customer file, okay, in which you have to feed and put the data, okay, customer files and employee information, okay, this type of data are comes under the non-categorized. Okay, so this type of data is just like database contains computerized and non-computerized. Okay, so database are organized, they have a structure, and all the data they store fit into that structure. Means if I just talk about a student database, okay, if I just talk about this student database in which student name, roll number, mobile number, okay, address are fed. Okay, so this database have a well structure and all the data are fit into that structure. Okay, this is a student database structure. Okay, this is just related to overview of database. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, that is related to database management system. This is a definition of database. The last part is database management system. Okay, the first topic, the last part of first topic. A DBMS is an integrated set of program used to create and maintain a database. Okay, so one important point that I have to mention, that DBMS is a set of programs, okay, set of programs used to create and maintain the database. If you want to create and maintain, okay, if you want to create and maintain a database, so the set of program is used. Okay, so the set of program is used and it is known as a DBMS. A DBMS is a set of program used to create and maintain database. This is the simple definition of database management system. The main objective of database is, okay, the main objective of database management system is defining, retrieving the data and storing the database, okay, and manipulating the data, okay, or the database. Okay, so this is just related to DBMS. Okay, one important point, in the database, okay, in the database there is so many data are present. Okay, so many data are present. So the DBMS management system means the DBMS, database management system, set of a program used to create and maintain the database, the data contained in the database. Okay, it is only used for defining, retrieving, storing and manipulating the data. Okay, on this the operation is performed. Okay, so if I just talk about, if I just take an example, okay, that is just related to that. Okay, so I am just creating one minute friends, I am just creating duplicating slides more. Okay, it will be very helpful. Okay, so wait. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so if I just talk about the front end, okay, if I just take an example of a website, okay, if I just take an example of website, okay, so this is front end, this is DBMS, this is back end. Okay, as we all know about that, we use we have to, if we have to maintain the data, okay, in our website, so we can use the database management system. So this is the front end of website, this is the back end of website. Okay, so if there is an query from front end, so it goes to database management system. So database management system will give the command to backend, okay, and backend will give information. Backend will give information to database management system, and DBMS just give information to front end. Okay, this is the whole process of database management system. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, I will explain one more time. Like on the website, okay, if I just wanted to see, okay, if there is an college website, okay, college website, and I wanted to see the previous last year, what are the number of placements, okay, so the database, okay, from the front end, there is a query raise. I have to just check the placement details. It goes to database management system. Database management system find all the related information in that, and it will give command to backend. Okay, backend. So the backend, in the backend there is a data feeded and all about that. So the backend will give information to database management system, and database management system will give the information to front end. Okay, so I will see the placements on the front end, placements report on the front end. Okay, so this is related to end user. End user means application programmers or the end user. Okay, this will convert the queries to command. Okay, this will convert the queries to command, and the backend, okay, the backend will store data and provide method to access it. Store data and provide method to access. Okay, so this will not store the data, this is just a manipulating of data. Okay, this will store the data and provide method to access the data. This is the complete flow of this diagram. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, that is just related to some of the information. Okay, in the in the previous, okay, in the previous slide or in the previous point, we will cover the data, information, database, and database management system. Okay, the DBMS. Okay, so this is the overview of DBMS. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay, so this is just related to DBMS. Okay, so there are some advantage and disadvantage of database management system or data or also. Okay, like what are the data requirements, like data should be integrate, okay, should be accurate, okay, data should be available easily, okay, security, independent of application, like it will only work on this system, okay, not on this system, so it will also depends. Okay, so concurrent means one important point, concurrent, like if okay, if any of your friends should be able to see your data at same time, like if you see, okay, if you see your data at one time, so another people also see this data at one time. Okay, so these are the some of the advantage or one important points, like integrity, accuracy. Okay, integrity, not the accuracy, it is a availability, security, independent of application, and concurrent. Okay, you can just easily see in my notes. Okay, so if I just talk about the type of database management system, okay, so let's move on to the one important concept, that is related to types of database systems. Okay, we just see the database management system, database, data, and the information, like what is the types of database systems. Okay, so it will be categorized in the four types. Okay, it will categorize in the 4 type based upon the underlying structure used to some detect. Okay, like first is hierarchical, okay, or hierarchical, and second is network, third is relational, and fourth is NoSQL. Okay, NoSQL, it is used for big data, like, okay, so this is just related to database system. Okay, and it will be used according to their work or the structure. Okay, hierarchical, network, relational, NoSQL. Okay, so we will be talk about the relational model first, because in the database management system most of the relational model are used. Okay, so if I just talk about the relational model, okay, if I just talk about the relational model, so the relational database store data in a relation. Okay, means it will store data in the relation. Relation means table. Okay, so it will store data in the form of table. Okay, relation is used to represent data. Okay, like one important point that I have to mention in that, okay, one important point that I have to mention, that all your data will be stored in the form of table. Okay, there are the entity, attribute, we will be know about the further concepts, all that. This is the relational database system. Okay, before going on to the relational database management system, okay, so the relational database management system is just like that. Okay, so this is in this, okay, your data will be stored in the form of relation. Okay, in the form of relation means in the form of table. Okay, for the hierarchical, network, and NoSQL, you can read on the Java T Point website. Okay, so we have to move on the next concept, that is called the schema and instance. Okay, so what do you mean by the schema? The description of database is called database schema. Okay, what do you mean by the schema? The database description is called, okay, description of database is called schema. Like the overall design of a database is called schema, and database schema is specified during database design and not to be expected to change frequently. Okay, so this is the overall description. Okay, overall description of database. And what do you mean by the instance? Okay, what do you mean by the instance? Okay, so the data stored in a database as a particular moment of a time is called instance of database. Like if a data is added in a particular moment of time, okay, particular moment of time is called database instance. Okay, this is just related, we will not go in the deeper. Okay, this is not just like an important topic, but you have to know about that. Okay, and one important point that I have to mention, that there are the type of database user. Okay, so the database can be used by so many users. Okay, so there are some of the types of database users. Okay, so the first is, okay, so the first is end user. Okay, end users like we, okay, applications programmer, okay, application programmer, systems analyst, and database administrator. Okay, DBA, database administrator. And users can consist of a two part. First is native user, okay, or naive user, not a native. So the naive users are just like that, they have don't knowledge about database, their task is used to develop the app. Okay, like if I just take an example, like owner of the bookstore who enter the details of various book in the database. And sophisticated users are just, they have a very great knowledge of a query language, so they can use the database. Okay, so the application programmers are like specialized users that interact with the DBMS through DML or some of the query. languages. Okay, and system analyst is responsible for design, structure, and the properties of database. And the DBA, database administrator, can be a single person or group of a person. DBA has a central over both data and application programmer. DBMS is responsible for everything that is related to database. Okay, so this is just a type of a database system and all about that. Okay, so there is a database language, okay, DB language, and interface database languages that you can heard about that. Okay, so what is the database languages? Okay, so the DB languages. Okay, so what is the use of DB languages or database languages? Database languages are used to create and maintain a database on a computer. Okay, like Oracle, SQL, MS Access. Okay, so the data language like SQL depended. Okay, so there are so many languages are present in that. Okay, like DDL, DML, okay, DCL, TCL. Okay, this is type of a definition related, control related, manipulate. Okay, transaction control language, all these languages. Okay, this is related. I will be give description in the upcoming parts. Okay, so this is just related. Okay, so this is the some overview of database and all about that. Okay, but our next topic is ER diagram. Okay, so our next topic is ER diagram. What do you mean by ER diagram and all about that? Okay, so it is the most popular conceptual model or object based model used for designing a database. ER model views the real world as a set of basic object entities, their attribute and relation among that. Okay, so this is just related. If you want to, okay, in the database there is a data. Okay, and if you want to represent, okay, and if you use a representation to represent your data, okay, so you will be using ER diagram. Okay, so it is the most popular, and ER data model view the real world entity as a set of basic. Okay, so the ER data model describes the structure of database with the help of diagram called ER diagram. Okay, like I just taken simple definition. This is the ER diagram. Okay, this is the ER diagram. ER, okay, ER data model, not a ER diagram. This is the ER data model. It is a type of ER data model. Okay, so the data model, as you can heard about that, or you can just check on the Java T-Point website. Okay, so the ER data model describe the structure of database. Okay, what it structure of database. Okay, with the help of a diagram, it's called ER diagram. Okay, ER data model represent the structure of database with the help of a diagram, that's called the ER diagram. Okay, so in the ER diagram there is a very common term, that is entity and attribute. Okay, that is entity and attribute. What do you mean by the entity? An entity is an object or distinguishable thing in real world. Okay, it is an object, or if you explain that, okay, and if you distinguish that, so it in the real world, okay, in the real world, so it is a entity. Okay, if I just talk about the attribute, each entity has characteristics. Okay, each entity has a characteristics or some property that are called the attribute. This is the very simple definition of entity and attribute. We have to move on to some of the parts. Okay, and there is a third term, that is a relationship. Okay, specify relation among entities from two or more entity set. Okay, the relation will specify among entities from two or more entity set. Okay, if I just take an example, Okay, if I just take an example, so company has employees. Okay, company has employees, so the company is entity. Okay, because it is an object or distinguishable thing in real world. Okay, so company has is relationship. Okay, has contain the relationship, and the employee is entity. Okay, so this is just an example of relationship, like it specify the relationship amongst the two entity as well. Okay, so this is the okay, so this is just related to. Okay, so there are entity type also, like strong entity type and weak entity type. Okay, this type of concepts are also there, but these are not some of the most important. Okay, so I just take an example. Okay, I just take an example for strong entity type. Okay, for the strong entity type, and entity type that has a key attribute which unique by identify each entity is called a strong entity type. Okay, okay, and a weak entity type, that does not have any key attribute its own. Okay, dependent entity, it will dependent on this, it will dependent entity, it will non-dependent entity. Okay, and ER diagram notation and symbols are very important. Okay, okay, ER diagram and notations are very important. Okay, if I just make an rectangle, okay, not the square, if I just make an rectangle, so it represent entity type. Okay, it represent entity type. Okay, if I just make the oval, okay, so it represent attribute. It represent attribute. Okay, so this is the entity, this is the attribute. Okay, this is the entity, this is the attribute. Okay, and if I make the double rectangle, so it is a weak entity type. Okay, okay, so this is just related to that. Okay, so these are very important. Okay, and I have to mention that. Okay, so this is just related to that. Okay, this is the entity and the entity information. Okay, and there are the two types of entity: strong entity, weak entity. But attribute, okay, attribute are the properties of entity, or each entity has a certain characteristic or some properties, that is called the attribute. Okay, so the attribute are the properties of entity to describe it. Okay, like if I just take an example of a student. Okay, so this is an entity. Okay, this is an entity, and the roll number, age, class, this is the certain characteristic or property, so this is the attribute. Okay, so this is the attribute. So there are so many attributes are present. Okay, so the first is identifying attribute, second is descriptor attribute, third is simple attribute, fourth is composite, five is single value attribute, sixth is multi-valued, and seventh is store and derived attribute. Okay, so you can check the all the attribute types on the Java T Point website. Okay, as well as in the my handwritten notes. Okay, these are the important topics. If I just talk about the next related, okay, so there is a relationship concept. Okay, we just check about the definition of relationship concepts. But there are two type of relationship are there. Okay, or the degree of relationship, like unary relationship and the binary relationship. Okay, this is the most used relationship. Okay, so teacher teaches a student. Okay, So association or attachment between two or more entity. Okay, and the degree of relationship consists of a unary and binary relationship. Okay, so the degree means it signifies the number of entity involved in a relationship. Okay, like how many number of entity are involved in relationship. Okay, so it will just define as a unary relationship or binary relationship. What do you mean by unary relationship or binary relationship? Unary relationship, like if only single entity is involved. Okay, only single entity is involved in a relationship, it's called the unary. If when two entities are associated to form a relation, so it's called as a binary relationship. Okay, if I just take an example of unary relationship, so this is a employee. Okay, this is a employee and this is a supervisor. Okay, or the manager. Okay, it supervise the employee. Okay, it supervise the employee, so it is a one entity form, that is a unary relationship. Okay, and if I just talk about the binary relationship, okay, so it is a person. Okay, it's work for a company. Okay, when two more when two more entities are associated to form a one entity, that's called the binary relationship. Okay, so this is just related to some of the important concepts. Okay, so we will move on to the next concepts that are very important. Okay, that are very important, that is just related to. And third is the, okay, so I just explained the unary, binary, and third is a ternary relationship also. Okay, when three entities are associated, like okay, I am just not leaving this concept. Okay, the third is ternary relationship, when three entities are associated, so this is a ternary relationship. Okay, so the ER diagram notation are very important. Okay, like what are the types, like just that. Okay, so let's move on to the important concept, that is a relational data model. Okay, I just said in the previous point, in relation data model, the data and relationship by represented by collection of interrelated tables or relation. Okay, data are represented by tables. Okay, data are represented by tables. Okay, a table consists of row and column. Okay, this is a table. Okay, this is a row 1, row 2, and this is a column 1, column 2. This is a column. Okay, this is a row. Okay, so column. Okay, column represent the attribute. Okay, or the property, and row represent the records or the tuples or the entity. Like if I just talk about the, okay, if I just talk about the relationship. Okay, if I just talk about the relationship. Okay, so this is just related to row. Okay, so if I just talk about the student relation. Okay, so the row, a column represent the attribute. Okay, so what are the attribute of student entity? Okay, what are the attribute of student entity? Like roll number. Okay, roll number, name, age, and class. Okay, this is just related, and this is the data. Okay, so the row represent the number of records. Okay, number of records or data, not the entity. Okay, this is the confusion, and this will be clear, like 1 2 3, this is the records or tuple. Okay, so this is the one important point that you have to mention, that what do you mean by the tuple? Okay, so the tuple is nothing like a row of relation is called tuple, which have a ordered set of values, like 1 2 3, name is Lokesh, Ayush. Okay, Ayush and Mohit. Okay, so this is just related to that. And what is the age? A tuple contain a row of relation, okay, which is ordered set of values. Okay, tuple contains a single record. Okay, so the key, each relation contain the attribute or set of attribute that uniquely identify each row record of a relation table is called a key. Okay, okay, if I wanted to, okay, there are the two student, okay, there have the name is same, okay, and mobile number, okay, age is also same, class is also same. Okay, so how to identify them? Okay, so for which, okay, for this key is needed. A key is, okay, a key or each relation contain attribute or set of attribute that uniquely identify each row record of a relation, that is known as a key. Okay, if the key is roll number, okay, if we make the roll number as a key, okay, so it will be different for this candidate also as for this candidate also, so key will be used. After that, the table is called relation. Okay, this is a relation, I already explained that. And one important concept, domain. Okay, so a domain is a set of allowable value for one or more attribute. Okay, like one or more attribute, like if I wanted to explain that a domain is a set of allowable value for one or more attribute. In the one or more attribute, the set of allowable values is called domain. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic that is just related. Okay, so what is the key? What is the degree of a relation? Okay, I just explained the previous concept. Okay, I repeat again that this is very important. That's why this is the relation. Okay, this is the relation, that is table. Okay, table. Okay, and this is the row. Okay, this is the row 1, this is the row 2, in which the record, okay, record, row or tuple, okay, in which record are feeded like 1 2, Lokesh, Ayush, 21 23, okay, Indore, Mumbai, okay, and in which roll number, name, age, place, okay, this type of. So this is the column is represented, okay, attribute is represented in column, okay, and the row or the tuple contain the record. Okay, record means the data. Okay, so this is the relation. Okay, so there is a one important concept, that is degree of a relation. Okay, degree of relation, total number of attributes in a relation is called degree of relation. Okay, total number of attribute, like in this total number of attribute, like name, okay, roll number, name, age and place. Okay, so there are the 4 attributes. Okay, means the degree of relation is 4. Okay, so total number of attribute in the relation. Okay, and the second important concept is cardinality. Okay, what do you mean by the cardinality? Total number of row present in a relation. Okay, like there are 2 rows are present in the relation, so this is the cardinality of relation. These are very important concepts, because there are so many questions are asked in the examination, that what is the degree of that relation, what is the cardinality of relation. Okay, so this is just related to that. Okay, so I explained the key concepts in the previous. Okay, key is used to uniquely identify the data in the row or in the record. And a minimal set of attribute which can uniquely identify the tuple in a relation are said to be key. Okay, or key attribute or the key. Means in the student relation, the roll number is the key, because it is uniquely to identify the data or the record. Okay, so this is just related to key. Okay, so key should be unique and not null. Okay, unique means different, okay, and not null means there is a value in that key. Okay, so there are so many keys that you heard before. So the first is super key, second is candidate key, first is super key, third is second is candidate key, third is primary key, fourth is alternate key, fifth is composite key, and sixth is foreign key. Okay, so sixth is foreign key. Okay, so I am explaining the all important parts of this all key because these all keys are important. Okay, so let's I just taken super key. A super key is a combination of attribute within a relation that uniquely identify each record tuple within that relation. Okay, so what do you mean by that? I just take an example. Okay, so this is a student. Okay, this is a student relation, and there are the attributes are present like roll number, name, and the address. Okay, so the roll number, name, and the address. Okay, so this is just related to student. Okay, so what is the super key for that relation? Okay, super key is just related that uniquely identify each record tuple within that relation. Okay, if I just take in combination, okay, if I just take in roll number or name, okay, so I identify the person, okay, easily. Okay, just let's take an example like this is the roll number. Okay, this is the roll number, this is the name, and this is the address. Okay, like the name is same, okay, but address is different. Like I just live in Indore airport area, and the second location is live on the Indore Palasia area. Okay, so we will also take as a combination like name or address. Okay, but we will not just like take the we will not just like take the we will take the roll number as a single and roll number name as a same. Okay, we will also just take the roll number as a address. Okay, and we will not take the name as a single. Okay, because how to identify name as a single, because both are location. Okay, so there is what is same in that. Okay, so we will be just take as a roll number or name. Okay, so there are so many super keys are present. More than one super key in a relation is possible. This is a concept of super key. Okay, if I just talk about the candidate key. Okay, what do you mean by candidate key? Okay, what do you mean by candidate key? A candidate key is an attribute or set of attribute in relation that are eligible to become a primary key. Okay, a relation can have more than one candidate key. Candidate key have some rule. Okay, it is unique and not null. Okay, for definition purpose, you can just remember that candidate key are minimal super keys. What do you mean by the minimal super key? Okay, what do you mean by the minimal super key? In the previous super keys, you just see that there are the roll number, name, address. Okay, these are some of the super keys. Okay, but candidate key is an attribute or set of attribute in a relation that are eligible to become a primary key. Okay, a candidate key is a unique, okay, different and not null. Okay, so if I just talk about the minimal super keys from that, so the candidate key is a roll number. Okay, roll number is easily access or easily uniquely identify to access the data or access the particular record. Or if I just talk about the name or address, okay, not the name or address, roll number. Okay, so this is the candidate key. This is an example of candidate key. The third concept is primary key. Okay, a primary key is a set of attribute or one more attribute of a relation that uniquely identify a record or tuple of relation. Primary key attribute has a no duplicate and null value. Only one candidate key can be primary key. Okay, only one candidate key can be primary key. Okay, I just write that there is a roll number, okay, or the roll number or name, okay, in the candidate key. Okay, so the candidate key is no duplicate and null value. Okay, no duplicate and the null value. So there are the two candidate key. First is roll number, okay, and second is roll number and image. Okay, roll number and name, not a image. So only one candidate key can become a primary key. So the roll number is the main primary key. Okay, primary key. Roll number rarely changed attribute. It is a rarely changed attribute. Okay, because student roll number is a rarely changed attribute. So this is a concept of super key, candidate key and primary key. Okay, so these three concepts are similar. Okay, so the next point is, or the next key is alternate key. Okay, alternate key. Candidate key that are not selected to be the primary key as called the alternate key. Okay, in primary key, okay, in candidate key there are two keys like roll number and roll number name. Okay, this is not selected for primary key. Okay, so this is a alternate key. Okay, this is just related to that concept. The next concept is composite key. Composite key, when a single attribute can't be used for unique identification. Okay, when the single attribute can't be used for a unique identification, then a combination of attribute are used. Such key is called composite key. Okay, like if there is a roll number. Okay, so if there is a roll number, first name. Okay, roll number, last name. Okay, roll number, date of birth. Okay, roll number, first name, last name. First name, last name, date of birth. Okay, so the composite, like when a single attribute can't be used for unique identification, then a combination of attribute are uniquely used as a key. Okay, so this is just related to that. And the last concept is a foreign key. Okay, so the last key is foreign key. Okay, so the foreign key is the attribute of a relation that is a primary key in another relation. Okay, like I just take an example that, okay, so there is a ISBN number on every book. Okay, there is a title of book. Okay, there is a price of book, there is a pages of books, and there is a, okay, there are pages of book and there is a pages ID. Okay, this is the book relation. Okay, so a foreign key is the attribute of a relation that a primary key in another relation. Okay, so the ISBN number is similar like roll number of a student. Okay, so it will be very different for every book. Okay, so this is the primary key. Okay, we will use it to record, or we will use it to uniquely identify our data. Okay, so this is foreign key. Okay, why I just take the foreign key is that, okay, because the foreign key definition says that attribute of a relation that is primary key in the another relation. Okay, there is a book, there is a publisher. Okay, there is a book relation, there is a publisher relation. Okay, so it will just take the, address as well as the publisher ID P01, P02. Okay, it will be uniquely identify the, okay, it will be uniquely identify the publisher name. Okay, like which book for the P01 and which book for the P02. Okay, so it is the primary key of, publisher relation. So it is the foreign key in that relation, and this is the primary key. Okay, so this is different. Okay, so this is primary key in public relation, so it will be foreign key of that relation. This is the foreign key example. Foreign key can have null value and duplicate value as well. Okay, important concept. Foreign key consists of duplicate value as well as null value. Okay, so this is just related to key concept. Okay, so in the next part, okay, in the next video part, this is the first part. Okay, this is the first part. I am just uploading the new video, that is 1.1 part, okay, of the DBMS NVTQ course. Okay, so in which we will see about the SQL course, okay, as well as the join clauses. Okay, so I hope this video is useful for everyone. If you have any doubt, you can drop your query in the comment section. If you find good content, please like and share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching the video.